Welcome to the Change-Making series by Tinker Champs, who are on a mission to educate their fellow ATL students on a variety of topics of mutual interest. As part of this mission, Tinker Champs are bringing out several micro-learning modules on tinkering, problem-solving, innovation, entrepreneurship and change-making and other topics. In this 10-part video series, Tinker Champs will help you understand the essentials of change-making, and how you can be a change-maker too. Each video is approximately 5 to 10 minutes and includes a change-making activity for you to attempt. Without further ado, let's start with episode 6 by Tinker Champ Divya Maneja, a class 9 student from Punjab and a budding changemaker himself.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, episode 4. Today we're using some great foundational research from Divya Maneja at Tinker Champ. And we're really going to drill down into, well, the most critical part of innovation. The innovator themselves.
That's right. Our mission today is to sort of cut through the usual talk about labs and tools.
Yeah, the gadgets.
Exactly. And focus squarely on what we're calling the human fuel of change.
Okay. Human fuel. I like that.
Yeah, we're talking passion, purpose, and drive. You know, those inner things that actually take a cool idea and make it happen, make it last. Especially important for the students, teachers, mentors listening.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Aneja's work uses a central metaphor, right? That you can have all the best kit of a fancy 3D printer, amazing software.
All the resources in the world.
But if this inner fuel is missing, the whole thing just stalls.
Absolutely. Think of it like this. Passion is the spark. That initial flash of excitement, right, gets you going.
Okay, the spark.
Then purpose is the compass. It gives that fire a direction, tells you where you're actually heading.
Makes sense.
And drive. That's the engine. It's the steady power that keeps you moving, keeps you going, even when maybe that initial spark isn't burning quite so bright.
Right. Got it. Spark, compass, engine. Let's start with passion, the spark. Because I think this is where a lot of young people, maybe even adults, get a bit stuck.
How so?
Well, they confuse just being interested in something with actual passion. Like, I like video games or environmental science is cool, but that's... well, it's often not enough to carry you through a big, tough project, is it?
No, you've hit on a key difference. Interest is curiosity. It's passive, almost. Yeah, I like building things. Passion is deeper. It's active commitment. It's the difference between I like robotics and I have to keep working on this robot. I need to see if it can actually solve this delivery problem, even if it takes months of debugging and rebuilding.
Yeah, that's a big leap. Passion is where the emotional connection kicks in. It's that feeling that makes you forget the time, right? Staying late, coding, sketching, because you just love the process itself.
Exactly. But here's the crucial thing, and the research points this out clearly. Passion isn't something you're just born with. It's not like you wake up one day knowing it.
So you don't just find it under a rock.
No. You discover it. And you discover it through doing, through action.
Okay, so how do students actually do that?
Well, a few steps. First, explore widely. Try different things. Science clubs, art, drama, volunteering, sports. Don't limit yourself early on.
Right. Cast a wide net.
Second, experiment actively. Don't just read about coding. Build a simple app. Don't just watch videos about circuits. Try making something blink. Build, create, test. Get your hands dirty.
And the third step?
Reflect. Regularly. After you try something, ask yourself, did I actually enjoy the process, even the hard parts? Would I want to do this again, even if I failed the first time?
That reflection piece feels really important and often skipped. I think the sources mention an example, an ATL team, a Tull Tinkering Lab.
Yes, great example. They started just, messing around with sensors. Basic curiosity.
It's just tinkling.
Pretty much. But their passion wasn't just the tech itself. That was the interest phase. They found their passion when they connected that tech to a real human need.
Which was?
They realized they could use sensors to tackle accessibility challenges for people with disabilities in their own community. Suddenly, the tech had a purpose. The passion became about helping people through technology. That's the shift.
From interest to real commitment. That's powerful. And we see that in other case studies too, right? The students working on robotics.
Yeah, the low-cost prosthetic arm. They were interested in mechanics, sure, but the passion ignited when they actually met people who needed prosthetics but couldn't afford the expensive ones.
So meeting the end user, seeing the need, that changed everything.
Completely. It turned a cool project into an urgent mission. Or think about the student who just loved reading. That personal interest grew into the community library movement. Her passion wasn't just reading anymore, it was spreading literacy, making books accessible to others. It became a mission.
And that idea of a mission, that bigger why,
Yeah.
that leads us straight into purpose, doesn't it? The compass.
Exactly. If passion is the fire, purpose is the compass that directs all that energy. Purpose answers the big question. Why are you doing this? Who benefits? What's the larger goal?
This distinction is crucial, especially for students. We need to differentiate between a goal and a purpose.
Yes, absolutely vital. A goal is usually shorter term, often focused on personal achievement.
Yeah.
I want to get an A on this project, or I want to win first prize at the science fair.
Which are fine motivators, but maybe a bit fragile.
They can be, because what happens if you don't win, or if the project gets really hard? Your motivation can disappear. Purpose, on the other hand, is long-term. It's impact focus. It's your North Star.
Like, I want to use my coding skills to create tools that help visually impaired students access learning materials more easily. That's bigger than just you.
Precisely. That kind of purpose gives the work meaning beyond just getting a good grade or winning an award. And that meaning is what provides strength when things get tough.
So purpose helps with setbacks.
Massively. Think about that renewable energy group mentioned in the sources. Their early solar models failed. Repeatedly. It must have been incredibly frustrating.
I can imagine. Ready to give up.
If their only goal was, say, winning a competition, they probably would have quit. But their purpose, their real why, was bringing electricity to villages that had none. That deeper reason kept them going through failure after failure.
That purpose becomes almost immovable. It anchors you. It also fixed things from just a personal interest into something bigger, like a social mission.
Exactly. Like the example of the school club recycling plastic bottles. Okay, the activity might stem from a passion for hands-on making or environmental awareness,
Right.
but their purpose became building a lasting culture of environmental responsibility within the entire school. The purpose elevates the action. It makes it stick.
Okay, so passion sparks it, purpose directs it. Which brings us to the third leg. Drive.
The engine.
Yes.
Drive. And honestly, this is where, statistically speaking, so many potentially great projects just die.
Really? Why?
It's not usually a lack of ideas. It's not always a lack of resources. It's often a lack of consistent, sustained effort. It's the follow-through.
So drive is the engine that keeps things moving when the initial excitement, the spark, inevitably starts to fade, like week 3 of the project when the first big roadblock hits.
That's exactly it, that hard middle part. Drive is all about consistency over intensity. This is key.
Consistency over intensity. Say more about that.
Well, think about it. The student who dedicates, say, 1 solid hour every single day researching, building, testing, tweaking is far more likely to actually finish and succeed than the student who pulls an epic 15-hour coding marathon one weekend, burns out completely, and then doesn't touch the project again for 2 months.
Right, the burnout cycle. We see that a lot. But is drive just sheer willpower, just discipline? Or is something else going on, maybe psychologically? Like, does growth mindset fit in here?
That's a really insightful question.
Yeah.
Because no, it's not just gritting your teeth. It's deeply connected to mindset. Drive is fueled by that growth mindset. The genuine belief that you can get better, that challenges are opportunities to learn, not verdicts on your ability.
Okay, so when you have drive, failure feels different.
Totally different. Without drive, failure often feels final. It says, see, I can't do this, I should quit.
Yeah, that internal voice.
But with drive, fueled by a growth mindset, failure immediately becomes data. It becomes feedback. The automatic question isn't, should I quit? It's, okay, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? What can I change? What did I learn from this broken prototype?
That mental flip is huge. Resilience,
It is
basically.
the core of resilience. And to build it, students need practical strategies, not just vague encouragement, like maybe using a 2-day rule.
What's that?
You commit to never letting yourself skip working on your project for 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Even if on the second day, you only manage 5 minutes, maybe just reviewing your notes or sketching one small idea, you do something. It maintains the chain, the habit.
Yeah. Keeps the engine idling, at least.
Exactly. And, crucially, drive has to be sustainable. We have to teach young innovators this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right. Avoid burnout.
Yes. True drive means knowing when you need a break. It means knowing when to ask for help from teachers, mentors, peers. It means learning to share the load if you're in a team. You have to maintain the engine, not run it into the ground.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Passion, spark, purpose, compass, drive, engine. Let's try and synthesize this. What happens when they all work together perfectly?
Well, it's a powerful system. Passion gets you excited enough to start. Purpose gives you a compelling reason to keep going when it gets tough. And drive provides the consistent effort to actually cross the finish line, navigating all the obstacles along the way.
And what if one is missing?
The system breaks down. Passion without purpose? You might have lots of energy, start tons of cool things, but you'll likely jump around, never finish anything substantial, or create things nobody really needs. Just scattered energy.
Okay, purpose without passion.
That feels like a chore. Like homework you have to do. There's no joy, no intrinsic motivation. It's hard to sustain effort when your heart isn't in it, even if the cause is worthy.
And drive without passion or purpose.
That's just grinding. It leads straight to burnout on potentially meaningless tasks. You're working hard, but for what? There's no spark, no direction, just effort for effort's sake.
So you really need all three firing together. Let's make this really concrete. The sources mention some amazing young innovators. Gitanjali Rao, for instance, with her lead detection device, Tethys. How does her story show PP&D?
Gitanjali's journey is almost a perfect case study. Her passion started with a general interest in science, right? But it caught fire, really ignited when she learned about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. It wasn't abstract anymore. It became personal, urgent.
Okay, so the problem sparked the passion. And her purpose.
It was incredibly clear, almost laser-focused.
Uh-huh.
Create a way to make testing for lead in drinking water fast, cheap, and accessible to everyone. It wasn't just a cool science project. It was aimed directly at solving a major societal problem.
Right, a clear why and the drive.
Oh, the drive was immense. Developing a device like Tethys, especially starting so young she was only 11, meant facing constant failure.
I bet. Prototype's not working.
Exactly. Prototypes failing tests, needing knowledge she didn't have yet about chemistry or sensor tech. But she didn't quit. She kept refining, learning, working with mentors, pushing through every single roadblock until the device actually worked. That's drive in action.
That persistence despite setbacks is incredible. And what about Vinisha Umashankar, the solar ironing cart?
Another fantastic example. Vinisha clearly had this innate passion, a real curiosity about how things work, about engineering. But like Gitanjali, she connected it to a real-world problem she observed. The pollution and health issues caused by the charcoal used in traditional ironing carts.
She saw the smoke, the environmental cost.
Yes, and that sparked her purpose. Design a clean, sustainable alternative using solar power, something that would help the vendors improve air quality and be environmentally friendly, a direct social and environmental mission.
And her drive, starting at 12.
Phenomenal drive, balancing schoolwork while teaching herself about solar panels, designing prototypes, iterating over and over. That takes incredible commitment over years. And look where it took her international recognition. An Earthshot Prize finalist.
Both stories show how they faced real hurdles, lack of knowledge, failed tests, school pressures, but that combination of passion, purpose, and drive kept them locked in.
Exactly. It wasn't easy for either of them.
So the big question for everyone listening, students, teachers, mentors, how do we actively cultivate these three forces? This feels like the really practical takeaway.
Okay, let's break it down, starting with passion. Remember, it's discovered and shaped over time. It's iterative. So the advice is, try widely, reflect deeply, choose slowly.
Try widely, reflect deeply, choose slowly. I like that.
And for educators and mentors, your role is crucial here. You need to create safe spaces, labs, clubs, workshops where experimenting and, yes, failing is okay. It's part of learning, not something to be penalized.
Failure is data, again.
Exactly. And help students connect the dots. Help them link things they're already interested in to bigger needs or problems.
Which leads directly to cultivating purpose.
Right. Purpose comes from asking why. Relentlessly. If a student loves electronics, great, but push them. Why are you building this circuit? Could this blinking light become something more? Hugely important for drive. Peer accountability, working alongside others, also trying to build things, helps a lot. And mentorship is key. A good mentor doesn't just give technical advice.
What else do they do?
They spot blind spots. They give honest feedback when that first prototype inevitably fails. They provide encouragement when motivation dips, which it always does. Just knowing someone else cares about your progress can keep you going on tough days.
It sounds like this whole process, engaging in change-making, it does something more than just produce a project. It changes the innovator, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
It's a profound journey of self-discovery. Working on these kinds of projects acts like a mirror. It shows you your strengths, maybe you're great at ideas, or maybe you're the one who organizes the team. It also reveals your weaknesses. It forces you to connect your actions to your values. What problems do you actually care enough about to spend your time on? And critically, it builds emotional resilience. You learn how to handle disappointment, how to bounce back from failure. You learn about yourself.
That's a really powerful thought to end on. Change-making isn't just about changing the world outside. It's about discovering who you are inside, finding your calling, almost.
Well said. So maybe a final provocative thought for everyone listening. If you really want to figure out who you are, don't just sit and think about it. Go start something. Try to solve a problem you care about. Your passion, your purpose, and your drive, or lack thereof, will show you exactly what makes you tick.
Love it. Okay, so let's give our listeners a concrete action step, something to put P, P, and D into practice right now.
Great idea. Here it is, a simple 5-step challenge.
Step 1.
First, pick a real problem, something small maybe, in your immediate world, school, library, neighborhood that genuinely bugs you.
Yeah.
Something you wish was different. That's your potential spark.
Okay, find a problem that resonates. Step 2.
Second, think. Is there something I'm already curious about, coding, writing, building, organizing, art, that I could maybe use to create a tiny solution or a prototype for that problem? Even a really simple first step. That's setting your compass.
Connect interest to the problem. Step 3.
Third, just sketch it out. Write down a rough plan, draw a picture, outline the idea, get it out of your head and onto paper.
Make it tangible. Step 4.
Fourth, share that rough idea. Show it to one person you trust, a teacher, a mentor, a friend, and ask for honest feedback. Just one person.
Get some initial input. And finally, Step 5.
Step 5 is the crucial one for drive. Commit to making one small improvement to your idea based on that feedback. Just one tweak, one addition, one change, and do it within the next 3 days. That's starting the engine.
Find a problem, link your interests, sketch it, share it, improve it.
That's it. That small cycle engages passion, purpose, and drive. Your innovation journey, big or small, starts right there. Just like Gitanjali's and Venetia's started with one committed action.
Fantastic. A huge thank you for unpacking all of that. Really insightful.
My pleasure. It's vital stuff.
Thank you all for joining us for this deep dive. We'll talk to you next time.